Hey guys, this is Candle, and things are going to be a little bit different today. Mostly I've been doing systems in order of release, like subsets of systems in order of release, but for Xbox, I realized my 360 collection is very, very large compared to original Xbox and Xbox One, so I decided I'm going to do those two first, and then tomorrow will be the last of these videos where I go through my Xbox 360 collection. So to start things out, I've talked about Shenmue for a while, and I do in fact have Shenmue 2 on the original Xbox. Like I said in my Dreamcast video, unfortunately we didn't get Shenmue 2 on the Dreamcast over here, but we did get it on the original Xbox, and it includes feature-length DVD Shenmue the Movie. So I believe that recaps like the story from Shenmue 1, I would imagine. But I haven't actually played this yet. I need to play the HD version sometime soon. I also have Whiplash, which is a really interesting game. It's from Crystal Dynamics, who are the people who are currently in charge of the Tomb Raider franchise. And you play as this weasel who is chained to a rabbit, and you spin the rabbit around on the chain, and that's your weapon. And it's all about causing destruction to this animal testing facility, try to free the animals and stuff like that. Let's see. I also have... There we go. Another holdover from the Dreamcast. I have Crazy Taxi 3 High Roller. At this point, Sega was, they'd given up on the Dreamcast and started porting their stuff over, as well as releasing new games on there as well. So this one is like all like casino based and stuff. I haven't really given it much of a try though, because it's still pretty much an arcade style game. It's not a like an actual story mode or anything like that. Let's see. I also have a couple Hitman games for the original Xbox. I have Hitman 2 Silent Assassin and Hitman Contracts. I've never actually played these, so I don't know too much about how good they are or anything like that. I have Oddworld Munchies Odyssey. I don't have any other Oddworld games for some reason. One of these days I need to get the two Oddworld games on the PS1, Abe's Exodus and Abe's Odyssey, as well as Stranger's Wrath, which was on another Xbox game. It's a very interesting game too, and I remember seeing this. Like, you can tell, like, this is supposed to be a spoof on Mountain Dew and stuff. I remember seeing ads for this when this first came out too. Let's see, what else? I have Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. I have the second one, Pandora Tomorrow, and then I also have Chaos Theory. Yeah, this isn't the original case for this, unfortunately. You're going to find that with a lot of my original Xbox games, that it's not the original cases, because I picked them up at this place where if the case was too damaged or whatever, they would reuse different ones. Like, you would get these brighter clear green ones and these black ones, whereas the kind of the matte green ones were the original Xbox cases and so on. And still, I've never actually really played these. I've always wanted to. I've enjoyed the more recent Splinter Cell games, and it's a shame we haven't gotten one in a while, though. But beyond that, you can't talk about Xbox without Halo Combat Evolved, the game that started it all. Believe it or not, this was originally announced for Mac. Yeah, it was announced at Macworld '97 before Microsoft bought up Bungie and ended up turning it into an Xbox console exclusive before eventually putting it on PC as well. And Halo 2, which also came out on PC as well. I don't have the multiplayer map pack, unfortunately, but I do have both of the Halo games on the original Xbox. So glad that those are finally coming back to PC via the Master Collection as well. I have Pariah. I don't know too much about this one, unfortunately. So moving on. I got it. Let's move on. I have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which is the way I first played this was on the Xbox. I've actually been playing this again a little bit more recently on the Xbox One, because it's one of the original Xbox backwards compatible titles, where you put the disc in the system and it downloads the game for you, and it actually runs at a much higher resolution. Like, all the pre-rendered cinematics and stuff are still super low res, so they're like super pixelated, but the game itself runs at like 4K or near 4K on the Xbox One X. And I also do have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. I got this on Steam, and I need to play through it again with a restored content mod, because KOTOR 2 was really rushed in its development, and they ended up not being able to finish it properly, so it kind of got ganked that way, and there was no way to fix it on the original Xbox, but I still loved it. Speaking of other S games besides Star Wars, I have Soul Calibur 2, and unfortunately, I got the wrong version of Soul Calibur. I saw this in the store in like a bargain rack and immediately grabbed it because I'm thinking, oh great, I can finally play Link in a fighting game. Except I forgot that that is the GameCube version. This is the Xbox version where it includes Spawn for some reason. Yeah, this one got Spawn. The GameCube version got Link, and then the PS2 version got like one of the guys from Tekken, I think, Hitachi or something like that is his name. I don't know what his name is. But beyond that, I also have Panzer Dragoon Orta, you know, the last Panzer Dragoon game to be made. Crimson Dragon on the Xbox One is kind of a spiritual successor. It's from the same guy. But Panzer Dragoon started out on the Sega Saturn. And believe it or not, this actually has an unlockable version of Panzer Dragoon for the Saturn. And maybe even Panzer Dragoon Zwei. I'm not sure about that. You know, Panzer Dragoon 2. But beyond that, I have... Oh, here we go. Here's a pair of games that I originally had for the PS2, but traded in at one point and then wanted to get back again. And I got them on the Xbox because the Xbox is a little bit more powerful. I have Need for Speed Underground and Need for Speed Underground 2. So definitely glad to have those in my collection. Let's see, what else? Oh, I already talked about it on PC, but here's Fable, which has some issues on the case here. Oh well. But this isn't the Lost Chapters version. This is just the base Fable. So really good game. Let's see. What else? Dr. Muto, 3D character platformer. Don't really know too much about it. Nightcaster Defeat the Darkness. I really don't know nothing about this. I think I popped it in once and then never again. I don't even remember how far I got into it. It says addictive, high-intensity play. Stunning 3D environments. Yeah, not so much. Let's see. I got a stack here. There we go. May as well talk about these. So the best Burnout game ever, well, actually second best Burnout game ever, Burnout 3 Takedown. And then I also have the original Xbox version of Burnout Revenge. This was a cross-generational game because this also came out on the 360, which I don't unfortunately have yet. Be able to play this in HD, but two of the best Burnout games available. Let's see, what else? Oh, here we go. I have Max Payne and Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, which is a redonkulous title because of the repetition there. You know, why not just call it Max Payne 2 The Fall, or just The Fall of Max Payne or whatever? I don't know. But really good games. Unfortunately, the third one wasn't quite as good. Let's see, what else? Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. I've never played this, so I don't know too much about it other than the fact that it stars Vin Diesel, and it's actually from a development studio that he owns. I don't know if they're still in operation, though. They might not. Bloodrayne. I originally had this on the GameCube, and actually, no, I had borrowed it from a friend from the GameCube, and eventually he wanted it back, so I gave it to him. And I really enjoyed it. I'm kind of go ham for vampires, and you play the titular character here, Rain. She is a Damphir. She's half human, half vampire. And the reason why I got the Xbox version is because of the sequel, Bloodrayne 2, which I don't have yet, unfortunately. But Bloodrayne 2 did not make it out onto the GameCube for some reason. It came out on original Xbox, PC, and I want to say PS2, but not for the GameCube, unfortunately. Let's see. We also have Indigo Prophecy, David Cage's second game. This is known in Europe as Fahrenheit, and in fact, there's an HD remaster available on Steam called Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy. Really interesting game, though. This is what made me get started on David Cage, I think, was this one, followed up quickly by Heavy Rain. I also have Beyond Good and Evil, really good game. I did a Let's Play of the HD remaster of this a few years back. Really looking forward to the second game, but I'm not really liking some of the things I'm hearing about it, unfortunately. Does anybody remember this game? And this is another one where the copy originally came from Blockbuster, though that's not where I got mine. But Advent Rising, does anybody remember this game? I remember Tommy Tallarico was involved in this, and I remember him from the early days on G4, where he was part of the game review crew on Judgment Day, was what the show was called, before the whole G4 Tech TV merger, and they got X-Play and everything like that. And I also remember there was a sweepstakes when this game came out for like a prize of like $1 million or something like that. This was supposed to be like the start of a huge like Mass Effect style saga, but they ended up never making a second game for some reason. I don't really remember too much about it. I've never actually even played it. I also have Voodoo Vince, which got an HD remaster not too long ago. This is another good character platformer, but I haven't played it in years. I have There we go. Deus Ex Invisible War. Never touched it. One of these days I will, but I want to play the original Deus Ex first. Let's go ahead and start a stack over here, because this one's getting tall enough that it may want to topple soon. Here's Gun. This is a good Wild West style game, so I've heard. It's also available on the 360. I need to pick up that copy so I can actually play this in HD, because it does support up to 480p, but this version doesn't go any higher than that, unfortunately. We have Grabby the Ghoulies from Rare. This was one of the first games they put out after being bought by Microsoft. It says on the bottom here, from the creators of Donkey Kong Country and Banjo-Kazooie. I don't really like it too much, but it's halfway decent. Headhunter Redemption. Apparently this is the sequel to a Dreamcast game that I've never played. It's not bad. I can't remember if it's first person or third person, but it's a shooter. We have American McGee Presents Scrapland. You play as like a robot in like a post-apocalyptic style world. Yeah, a stage where every robot must play a part. This is from the same guy that did like the twisted version of Alice in Wonderland as well. I also have Malice. I don't really know too much about this game other than the fact that it's a character-driven platformer. We have the original Far Cry Instincts. Now, this is not to be confused with the original Far Cry on PC. This is kind of a remake more than a port. It's almost like an entirely different game, but still, it's pretty fun. So that leaves just a few games here from the original Xbox. I have the entirety of the Prince of Persia Sands of Time trilogy. You got the Sands of Time, you got Warrior Within, and you got the Two Thrones. These are pretty good. One of these days I'll Let's Play them, but probably after I'm able to track down a copy of the HD remaster. And then the last one is... I started playing this game on PC, and eventually I got it on Xbox, and I've never actually beaten it on Xbox. I beat it on PC, though, but it is the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind Game of the Year Edition. This is one of the first games I ever got for the Xbox. I don't know if this is my original copy. I may have sold it off at some point, but this is... I did eventually track down another copy, and it even has the map of Vardenfell, you know, and everything like that included, which is, I think, just absolutely amazing and awesome. I love when they include things like that in the games. So that is it for original Xbox. Now we are going to be skipping a generation to go straight to Xbox One. And again, the reason for this is my Xbox 360 collection is probably one of my largest ones. The only ones that would rival it, I think, would be PS3 and PC. As you can see right over here, all my PC games. So that's going to have its own video. But Xbox One, let's go ahead and get some of these over here. I got a game I really need to play sometime soon because the sequel's supposed to be coming out like sometime this year or next year or whatever. Ori and the Blind Forest. This is supposed to be a really good like Metroidvania style platformer. I really need to give it a shot sometime soon. Also have Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. This had a really interesting development history because it was supposed to be True Crime Streets of Hong Kong, but they ended up losing the True Crime license, or it got canceled or whatever, before Square Enix picked it up to publish it as Sleeping Dogs. And this is the definitive edition, so it includes like all the DLC and everything. I have Wolfenstein The New Order and Wolfenstein 2, the New Colossus. I do also have Wolfenstein the Old Blood, but that I only have digital. I don't have a physical copy of that. So this is the more recent Wolfenstein reboot. Really, really good games, too. I was a little underwhelmed by Wolfenstein 2, but it is Xbox One enhanced for 4K Ultra HD, so maybe I should give it another shot at some point. Let's see. We've got... Yeah, there we go. I have Halo, the Master Chief Collection, which, since I bought this early enough, I ended up getting Halo 3 ODST on it for free, which is now downloadable content and so on. So I am looking forward to playing this on PC as well. I also have Halo 5 Guardians, which is not as good as the Master Chief Collection, which includes Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, and ODST. And I also have the Ultimate Edition of Halo Wars 2. Now, what's interesting about this is I picked this up used, and it includes a download code for the Halo Wars 2 Season Pass, as well as the Halo Wars Definitive Edition, which is also part of the Xbox crossplay, where if you get the digital copy on either PC through the Windows Store or the Xbox Live marketplace, then you also get the opposing version as well for free. So believe it or not, that code actually worked. So I actually have Halo Wars on PC as well now. I haven't played Halo Wars 2, unfortunately, though. And this is, even though it's part of the Xbox Play Anywhere initiative, it does not extend to actual physical copies. So I only have this on Xbox right now, unfortunately. One game I don't have just on Xbox, though, is Gears of War 4. Now, when this first came out, it launched day and date on the PC alongside the original Xbox. So that's what I got it for. I downloaded it on PC and played it that way because I wanted to, it's a shooter, you know, you gotta try it on PC with mouse and keyboard, and really good support that way. But eventually I did want a physical copy, so I was able to track down a copy of the Ultimate Edition Gears of War 4, which is in this nice steel book case. So I do have that now, as well as the digital copy. And I do also have Gears of War Ultimate Edition. This is what I used for my Let's Play way back in the day, before switching back to the 360 versions for Gears of War 2, 3, and Judgment. I still got to do a Let's Play of Gears of War 4. Maybe if they announce an actual launch date for Gears of War 5 this year, maybe I'll go back and do 4 at some point that way. I do also have Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor and Middle-earth Shadow of War. So those are both really good Lord of the Rings games. You know, it's basically Lord of the Rings meets Assassin's Creed. A lot of fun. Let's see. I also have... There we go. This is from the same people that made Alan Wake and Max Payne games. This is Quantum Break. I really enjoyed this. As much as I would love to do a Let's Play of this, I probably never will, because the game is split up by these 20-minute live-action cutscenes or TV episodes almost, that change a little bit depending on your choices in the game. And even though you can still follow the game without seeing those, you really need to watch those to get the full thing. And I don't really feel comfortable putting that kind of content on the thingamabob on YouTube. This also came with a download code for Alan Wake plus its 2 DLC packs. I'm going to show that here because if anybody wants it, because I've never used it. I don't know if it's still active or anything like that. Because I actually have Alan Wake in physical form, so I don't need download codes for it. Plus I got it on Steam, so... let's see, what else? May as well. There we go. Let's go. So, knowing me, you guys probably got a sense that I love Final Fantasy, so I did pick up Final Fantasy Type 0 HD and Final Fantasy 15 for Xbox One at some point. I've never played these on here, probably never will for some reason, but it's good to have to add to my collection. I got a big stack over here. Let's break this up a bit. There we go. So I have Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1. These were like only $10 each. I just recently started Battlefield 4, but so I don't really know too much about Battlefield 1. I don't much care about the all the multiplayer or anything like that. I just play through the single player campaign. Speaking of which, I also have there we go. I have Call of Duty Ghosts, which was the first one to appear on the Xbox One. I have Advanced Warfare, and I also have Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, and also World War II, which is probably the last Call of Duty game I'm ever going to buy if they keep with the current trend. I'm probably never going to buy Black Ops 4, except maybe to have a copy just to stick on the shelf to complete the collection, because it's multiplayer only, and I just don't care about that. So if it doesn't have a campaign, I just don't care about it, unfortunately. What I do care about, though, is Burnout Paradise Remastered. Really, really good. Amazing game. Excuse me, sorry. All this talking all day has left my throat very dry. And I got one more video to try to get through to record today. Alright, I do also have Alien Isolation, which is an alien-themed survival horror. Really, really good game. You play as Ellen Ripley, who is the daughter of Amanda Ripley, Sigourney Weaver's... You play as Amanda Ripley, who is the daughter of Ellen Ripley, Sigourney Weaver's character from the Aliens movies. And really, really good as well. Really awesome. Let's see. I have... There we go. I got Titanfall. I got this when it first came out. Really, really fun game. Unfortunately, not really much of a single-player campaign. What does have one, though, is Titanfall 2, which is really, really amazing. Everybody should pick this up. You don't have to have played Titanfall 1 in order to play Titanfall 2. In fact, I would recommend doing it that way. I also have the Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, so that's always good to have. I really need to get back into playing this, because I never did finish it on the 360, so I need to get into that at some point. I also have Sunset Overdrive, which is from Insomniac, and this was their first Xbox exclusive game. Actually, I think it's their only Xbox exclusive game. It's now available on PC, though, I think, but it's just not really good, I don't think. Let's see. I also have Rare Replay, a collection of 30 hit games in one epic collection, it says. So there are a lot of games in this, some of which I don't even think came to the US originally, because they were on the ZX Spectrum, or the ZX Spectrum as it was known in the UK, which was an early computer that was really hot in the 80s, but not so much here in America. So let's see, this includes Attic Attack, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, Banjo-Tooie, Battletoads, Battletoads Arcade, Blast Corps, Cobra Triangle, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Digger T-Rock, Grabbed by the Ghoulies, Gunfight, Jet Force Gemini, Jetpack, Jetpack Refueled, Cameo Elements of Power, Killer Instinct Gold, Night Lore, Lunar Jetman, Perfect Dark Zero, RC Pro-Am, RC Pro-Am 2, Saberwolf, Slalom, Snake, Rattle and Roll, Solar Jetman, Underworld, Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise. So pretty much all, this is like the entirety of Rare's history almost, except for, you know, the stuff they were licensed to do by Nintendo, like the Donkey Kong Country games, Donkey Kong 64, and of course GoldenEye 007, which I think they had wanted to include on this, but they couldn't get the license for it anymore, which is unfortunate. I did also pick up, this is a recent release, Crackdown 3. You know, it's basically just another Crackdown game. Nothing too special about it. I did enjoy it for what it was, though, but nothing real special about it. I also have Darksiders War Mastered Edition and Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. And I think I did my Let's Play of Darksiders 2 with the Definitive Edition. That really sucks that they did that way, because I always want to put an F in there instead of a TH. But one of these days I got to pick up and play Darksiders 3, which is I really liked how they kind of changed the gameplay format with each one. So I'm interested in playing that one. I do also have Forza 5 and Forza 6. I wasn't really too much into simulation racing games until I finally gave Forza 5 a try. So I ended up playing through that, played through Forza 6. I had been playing through Forza 4, but I kind of gave up on that for a while. Let's see. I also have Tomb Raider 2013, the Definitive Edition, which kind of mixes up the graphics a little bit. I also have Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is what I used for my Let's Play of it. And I also have the Croft Steelbook Edition of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is, like I said, it's a really nice Steelbook copy of the game. Really pretty good game. It's nothing really to write home about story-wise, but gameplay-wise, it's I mean, if you like Tomb Raider 2013 and Rise of the Tomb Raider, it's still more of the same. I still have yet to play through any of the DLC content, because this actually includes the Season Pass, too. So I need to do that at some point, and I'll probably do a Let's Play of it at some point as well, simply because I haven't done that yet. I also have Rock Band 4. I do actually have the guitar for this. I got the full guitar pack, but that's in the closet somewhere. I don't want to try to dig that out, because it's too big to show on here. I also have the 2014 reboot of Thief. It's the only Thief game I've played. I did enjoy it, but I think I'd rather play it on PC next time. And then I also have The Evil Within, which is a survival horror game from, oh god, I can't remember his name, but it's the guy who like first started on, or did the monster designs for whatever, for the original Resident Evil games. So that's supposed to be pretty good. I do also have Red Dead Redemption 2, which is the only game I know of on the Xbox One to actually use 2 discs. Yeah, there is a play disc, and then there is an install disc as well, and stuff like that. I haven't actually gotten too far into this. It's too big of a game. It's too big of a game. The controls are a bit wonky, so I haven't actually gotten too far into this yet. I'll probably let it sit for a couple years and then come back and play it when they announce like Red Dead 3 or whatever, which is odd because this actually technically is Red Dead 3, because the original game was Red Dead Revolver on the original Xbox, which I don't have, and then the second game was Red Dead Redemption. So I don't know why they decided to say Red Dead Redemption 2. rather than like doing a third R word instead of redemption or revolver. Maybe they couldn't think of one. Maybe it's because Red Dead Redemption was more critically acclaimed, more commercially successful than Red Dead Revolver. I don't know. But I do also have Recore, which isn't really anything home to write about. And then the last game on the Xbox One was, I believe, a launch title, which really isn't anything to write home about. Ryse Son of Rome. So yeah, that is it. That is the entirety of my original Xbox and Xbox One collections. So last up is the Xbox 360 in the next video. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.